Hey y'all, in this video I want to talk you through what I would like you to do to work through the class. And I thought the first thing I would show you, in case you are not familiar with this, is how to log into Canvas, which is where your online classes are. Actually, every class you take at CSN has a Canvas homepage. Some instructors and professors use it more than others, but for online classes, I assume you'll most professors use Canvas pretty heavily, and I definitely do. So you need to log into Canvas. The easiest way for the first time, just Google CSN Canvas. It'll be the first hit you get in your search results. Click it. Students log in. Actually, let me click on this. Um, First of all, if you haven't activated, so if you're a brand new student, you'll have to click on Activate Account. From what I've heard from other students in the past, is activation happens pretty quickly. It should not take 1 to 2 business days, but you'll want to do this as soon as possible. Students use their 10-digit NSHE ID and your Active Directory password, and then you sign into Canvas. Once you sign into Canvas, you'll see this. Yours will look a little different since I'm assuming you're taking more than 2 classes, but each class will have its own little box here. And if you click courses, you can see these are the classes I'm teaching this semester. So 4 sections of COM 101, 2 sections of COM 216, and so I assume what you would see is a list of your courses down this column. Okay, so we are COM 101, so click COM 101, and now you're in. And there are a couple of things I want to talk about. There are a lot of other videos that teach you other things about getting through the class. You can see some of them here. Asking questions in an assignments comment section, understanding the grades page, etc. But this is more straightforward navigation stuff. First, this class is designed so most of what you're going to do will start on the home pages, which is what we're looking at now. So for example, if you want to watch the welcome video, you click the welcome tab, and most of these are not hyperlinked, but if you just highlight it and right click it, it'll take you to the video. You can watch the video. Once you're done with that, click the next button and you'll see the next thing. There's a video about some big picture keys to success. So one of the navigation tricks is just use the next button. After you watch that button, hit next. Here's the video you're looking at now. Watch that one, hit next, and there's more videos. All right, so that's one thing. And the class is organized by modules, so you can see a module is a gray box and they're divided by these dotted lines. So the first module is the welcome to the course. The second module is more of an introduction. The third module is all about recording your speeches, and then we start studying chapters. So like I said, let's say you sit down and you work through the first module, you post your fun fact, you take the syllabus quiz, and now you're done. All right, so you're going to go do something else. You're going to look at my awesome YouTube channel. I don't know why. It's just a bunch of videos about teaching. And then maybe a couple hours later, you're going to come back. All right, so you finish the syllabus quiz, so just come back to the home page, start the speech recording module. And 99% of what you're going to do is in this this home page. All right, let me show you some other things. One great thing about Canvas is that whatever you're doing, it will open it in the browser. So let's look at the syllabus. I've got it set so that it's going to open right in the browser. So you do not need to download the syllabus. You don't need to save it anywhere. You don't need to print it out. It's always going to be here in this module under fall 2017, whatever syllabus, whatever it's called. And there's a separate video where we talked through the syllabus. But what I wanted to show you is you can do this on any computing device, even if it doesn't have Word or Adobe Reader, because everything opens in the browser. So that's kind of cool. You can read through the syllabus here, and if you want to download it, just click the link, and in Chrome it downloads by putting it in the bottom here, and now it's on my computer. Okay, another thing I want to show you is the Common Course questions. So this is really the one time when you're going to leave this page to do the work of the class. If you have a question that is public, meaning if you would ask it in a classroom in a face-to-face class, or if at the end of class when a professor says, does anybody have any questions, you would raise your hand and ask this, or maybe it's a comment, what you're going to do is click Discussions, and then Common Course Questions is where we talk about public issues. So as a student, let's say you have a question, you're going to hit Reply, you're going to type your question and post it, and I come here every day and answer these questions. So anything you have to talk about that's public, you come here. And the nice thing about Common Course Questions is even if you don't know you have a question, you might come here just to see what people are talking about and realize, oh man, I didn't even realize that. So I would suggest, especially if you don't think you have questions, come to the Common Course Questions discussion once or twice a week to make sure that you know what's going on. Okay, so that's Common Course Questions. Another thing I want to show you is the overview and outcomes, which is at the start of almost every module. You can see there's one for Chapter 1, Chapter 2. So let's look at the one for the introduction to the course. Essentially, what the overview and outcomes page tells you is what is the purpose of what you're about to learn, and then what is the assignment that you're going to do. So this module, the purpose of it is to clarify what COM 101 is, introduce you to your classmates, and the main goal is to get you familiar with the syllabus. So now you know what you're doing in the module. Click the next button, and you can post a fun fact about yourself. So I'll post one. A fun fact is that I was confirmed as a Catholic when I was baptized. That's a pretty odd thing. I won't explain it, but anyway, so that's a fun fact about me. Some of you may know that Catholics get baptized when they're a baby. They typically get confirmed when they're in like middle school. I went to a church where they confirmed you when you were born and baptized, so there you go. Post the fun fact. And then you can talk to each other if you want. Okay, so let's get back to this overview and outcomes business. Let's go to the first chapter. So let's say you're ready to start reading chapter 1. You've got the book, and you can see what is this chapter doing. This module introduces you to public speaking. What's the primary goal? It's to help you start to cope with nervousness. That's the main thing I want you to get out of the chapter. And then how does it connect to the learning objectives that are in the syllabus? You might remember from in the syllabus, or maybe you're going to find out soon in the syllabus, there are several outcomes or objectives we have for you. And so one objective is that you examine theoretical perspectives, and that is how what you're doing connects back to the big picture of the class. And then it gives you a reading assignment. Read chapter 1, speaking in public. Once you've done the reading, click next. There's a discussion about combating nervousness. You're going to read about combating nervousness, and then I want you to pick one thing that you're going to really focus on to try to help you with your nerves. Once you've posted that, click next. Okay, so now this is the last feature that I'm going to talk about, and then I'm going to wrap this up. Every time I ask you to read a chapter, there is a practice quiz, which is ungraded. There are dozens of questions. So this quiz is to help you prepare. It's essentially a study device, and it helps you figure out, am I ready to take the graded quiz? So you'll want to practice taking quiz questions. Once you feel like you've got a good handle on the information, you'll click the next button. But as you can see, these are with 0 points. There's no time limit. You can take it as many times as you want, and you can see the correct answers immediately. This is just a study tool for you. And I guess let me show you what it'll look like. Okay, so I think all but one of the quizzes are 10 questions. And when you click on the quiz, you're going to see the questions and the possible answers. So question 1, audiences are usually critical of speakers for making minor mistakes. That's false. All right, let's say I don't have any more time. I submit the quiz. It'll warn you that you haven't answered all the questions. You should answer all the questions. And then you can see I got the first one right, and then I got the rest of them wrong. So that's the practice quiz. Once you're ready to take the graded quiz, click next, and you can see you only take this quiz once. You can use the book or your notes. It's worth 10 points. There are no multiple attempts. It'll show you the answers immediately, and you can see the due date. So you take the quiz, you'll see the answers, and so this is really the only testing that you do. So your grade is made up of these quizzes. I think there are 16 of them, maybe 15 or 16-ish, and then the rest of your grade is writing speeches and delivering speeches. And then last thing, I guess, I might have said this in other videos, there's almost no reason to go into the left pane. If you want to go to Common Course questions, you click discussions. If you want to check out your grades, you click grades. And there are videos talking about that. There's a video right here, Understanding the Grades page. But other than that, you really don't need to click modules, or you can't even see these tabs. But you don't really need to go into the left pane for much. You just need to come to the home page, work through the class chronologically as it's set up here. One strategy might be scrolling through, so you can see the syllabus quizzes due August 31st. Combating Nervousness is due August 31st. Graded Quiz 1, September 11th. So you can kind of get a sense for when things are due. That's it for navigation. Keep working through the class, and as always, if you have questions, let me know in the Common Course questions. Thanks.